Yeah, it's a hot day. I'm hanging in the sunshine. You should hit me with the splash gun so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. I'm hanging in the sunshine. Are you a drink or a dance? You should hit me with the splash gun.
Here we go.
Bass is going boom boom. If you're looking for some crazy, I'll tell you everybody's standing in a line for the water slide. You can come over. We can take the roller coaster.
I better stop.
And you know everybody's looking for a ride on the water slide.
Hang on.
Surfing on a wave of good feelings. Well, it's just another Friday in paradise. So bring your A game.
I gotta stop it. Oh my god. What are people gonna think that have just that have never watched me before? They're gonna go, this guy's nuts. Oh, what a crack up. Well, I got the notification that it was coming tomorrow, and then the door just rang and it was here, and I was so excited. So I thought what I'd do is we can unbox it together, and then I'm going to show you some little accessories that I've got as well, because I thought I could show you that too. Let's just let me get out a drink. Hang on, after all that excitement, I can't talk. Well, I hope you like that dancing. Was it worth it? Oh boy. Oh, let me quit the mail and everything so that doesn't keep on going. Quit. I've been like a kid in a candy shop this morning because I just can't wait to play with this thing. So I know originally I was saying I wasn't going to get it because I couldn't afford it, but what I did was I sold a lot of other gear off. I sold a Sony a7 III because I had two of them. So I sold an a7 III and also a couple of lenses as well. So I've sold those to get this. So I didn't have to pay for it. But some other things that I've got here have been sent to me that I'll show you as well, because I'm going to review those with this at the same time. What did you say? Wait, hold it up, David. I thought David wasn't buying anything. Yeah, I know. Here we go. So I haven't opened it yet. So I thought we'd have a look at it together. And then I'll show you these other little bits that I've got to go with it. So let's go. Let's get stuck into it. Here we go. Here we go. So, I know people hate unboxing, but I love watching unboxing videos. So there's just a whole stack of the menus, or manuals I should say, not menus. I'm talking about cards, just some other stuff there. I'm one of the ones that does actually read the camera manuals usually, so I'm going to probably go through all of these. There's stacks of stuff there though. And then let's have a look what's in this part here. So this will be the little cable, or this attaches to the camera so it'll hold the HDMI cable in. I suppose that's what that's for. So I'll have to have a look at all of these once they go in. I'll see if I can get that to focus. So that's what that is. These are quite handy, but I usually use cages, and I'll show you one of the cages that I've got in a minute. USB-C cable there, which you can also charge your camera with. Hopefully it comes with a charger. Like I said, I haven't even looked, so don't know. The a7 III, I suppose it's your strap that you can put on. I never use those. I use other straps, but you have got that there as well. And then, how exciting. I'm so excited. I can hardly breathe. This is the charger. So at least this does come with the charger. This will be handy because I've only got one other charger out there. So this can be the second charger. I have got another charger actually that I use, a USB one that I've got as well. And then you've just got a whole series of plugs. Depending on where you are from the world, you have a whole series of plugs that you can attach to that cable charger. Are you ready for this? Seriously? I'm that excited. You know how long I've been after a full frame camera that has a fold out screen. I can hardly talk because I'm that excited. Yes. I'm going to do the Jared. Oh, yes. I'm going to do the sniff test. Let's have a look. Is there anything else in there that's hiding? No, I think that's it. I think. Let me just check. No, that's it. All right, so that's everything that's in the box. So I can get rid of that now. I usually keep the boxes though, because when I sell stuff, it is always important if you can to keep the box, because you actually get more money back if you sell things if you have the box. Luckily, I sold my a7 III to a friend, and the other stuff I did to a friend, so I didn't have to worry about any of that, but that's what that is. So the camera itself, I mean, it's look, the only time I've held one of these is like when Michael, who's in the chat, actually lent me his A7R4. And this feels pretty similar to that. I think the body's, you know, pretty close to what that actually is, but I'm going to flip out the screen. Are you ready for this? Yeah. Oh, battery. It might be in it. Or have I left that in? Oh, good point. Hang on. That's a good point. There's the battery somewhere. If not, luckily I've got plenty of batteries. Oh yeah, it's underneath that. It was underneath another flap. Thanks for that. I might have put the thing away. Yeah, there's the battery. I've got quite a few of these batteries though. So I do have a lot of them. I think I've got around about 6 or 7 of them. Because I use multiple cameras, I have got quite a few of those as well. I just want to fold out this screen. Are you ready? Yes. Yes. Oh, and I noticed too that they've got rid of that Sony that was upside down. Originally, I did see some early previews where they had the Sony there, and once you turn that upside down, it did it put the Sony upside down. So that now has been taken out. But looks beautiful. I love the flaps on it because if you open these up, they sort of fold out like this instead of dangling down, which is what my other cameras are like, the A9 and the A7 IIIs. So these are nice because they sort of fold just back. So that's a really nice feature. Really nice feature. They look very well weather sealed as well. They've sort of got like a little gasket that goes around the outside of these. I will fully review this so you'll get a proper look at it when I do it, but that looks really nice as well. It feels nice in the hand. It's funny though, because I still say I like the battery grip in the A9 because my hands are quite small. I mean, I'm only a small guy, short guy, but I do sort of like the battery grip on the A9, but that's just me. I can certainly see people that have bigger hands would prefer the larger battery grip. I'm not going to complain though, because it is what it is. But, you know, I do sort of like that other battery grip, but it does feel beautiful. I mean, the buttons particularly are way sort of more advanced than what the A9 is. You'd have to get the newer bodies to sort of get these new buttons, and the joystick is really a lot nicer too than the previous buttons. It's got the full record button here, so that's nice. So I've got that there if I need that. And I do use that. Sometimes though, I just use the shutter button, so I'll just sort of have to see which way I want to go with this when I run it. But now, that's the camera. Like I said, I'll have a full review of this as well, but I've also got, let me show you down here. So I got 2 of the, let me just get this, Sony Tough cards, the 160. So I bought 2 of these as well. But I wanted to get the best cards that it had, so if I did want to use the higher bit rates and stuff, I can. I would have had to get cards anyway, so I got both of these. And I thought that's probably the best way to do it. And then if I ever need, I just thought I'd get 2. That way I never have to worry and I can back up and it should work out. So let me just take out these. You can fire away questions. I will come back, guys, because... All right, so let me have a look at that. Oh, they're tiny. I haven't looked at these, so they are actually really small. Let me grab one of the other cards and I'll show you the difference in size. So let me take this out. So that's the size difference in these cards. Get it, so it's basically exactly the same. Is it going to focus? So they are really small, like really small. So I'm quite surprised at how tiny they are. If you want to look at the back of these, how different they are at the back. So they're nice. I mean, they do seem really, really small. It's interesting. I don't know why. I just thought they would have been a fraction bigger. Let me put that first one in. How does the door open here? Oh, you got to fold it back that way. Okay. So to open the door, you pull the hatch down, fold it back, and then it will open up like that. So I'll stick these in. So that's number 1 card. And I'll open up the second one. Stick that one in. Oh, this is like Christmas, really. I can't believe this. This is unbelievable. I was expecting this the first week in October. We were told that this would come in October. So to have this earlier is amazing. And the card's really interesting because it really is fascinating how you can put these cards in as well as the CF Express cards in the same slot. So that's fantastic. So I'll have a look at that once we get that going. So the cards are in. So let me just move all this stuff out of the way. Then I'll show you what else I've got. Oops. Because I've got some really cool accessories. All right, so let's look at the... Oh, now the other thing I've got here. I did buy the card reader. So I've got this as well. I mean, you can do it directly from the USB-C. I'm laughing at Kerry's behind you. She's at work, Mark. I've got a whole month before. Look, she's not going to care because it didn't cost me anything. That's the thing about this, is that there was no money changed hands. Well, when I say no money changed hands, everything I sold gave me enough money to buy the camera. So that's the leads that it attaches to. And the car, oh, that's tiny as well. Let me just take this out of the packet. Now, this will take you normal SD cards as well. So that's the great thing about this. So this is... Just see if I can... There we go. I should use the ZV-1, you know, as the camera up there. Then it'll focus really quick. So this is the card adapter. So that will be how I get the images off the camera into the computer. So I've got that. So that will be getting installed later once we finish this. I'll just put that over there. Nothing else in that box, is there? No, just some instructions. So the next stuff I got is accessories for this thing. So let me show you what I've got here. So I got a cage. So SmallRIG sent me cages. Now these have all been sent to me, so I haven't paid for these. How do I open this one up? Oh, there we go. So this is just a mini rail that's going to go at the top. But I'll do a review of this because I'll put it onto the camera and I'll actually do a review and show you how it works and the attachments that I'm going to work with this. But it comes with a little HDMI clamp, which is this. That's why I'm not sure if I'll use the Sony one. And the cage itself... It's just going to be typical SmallRIG. Great price. And always very, very well made and well fitted. Let me just put that down. So this, I'll put this on the floor. So this is the SmallRIG cage. looks like it's a really nice, it'll be a really nice fit. I won't put it on the camera yet because I want to do a review of this being put on and show it all being put on and how it looks and everything as well. So I'll probably keep this, on the camera all the time. I think I won't take this off. It'll be on. The only thing I think that I really wish they'd done is that they'd had an Arca Swiss plate on the bottom, so I am going to have the Arca Swiss adapter on the bottom of this, but it does come with your nice screwdriver and stuff that you can put this down magnetic. Like I said, I'll show this being used and I'll review it being attached. So that's the cage part of this. Let me put these back. Like I said, that too is the Hdmi Protector, so that will go on one side. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to look at the camera and work that out, which way that goes. And then I've got some other bits which are so exciting. I can't wait to show you these. Now, I've also got an L bracket. Now, I don't know. I'm not sure how often I'll use this, but I've got it in case if I do ever needed it. SmallRIG sent it to me. So this is the L bracket for the A7S as well. Like I said, I'll show this in the review. I'll review both. But again, it looks really nicely made. They're always metal. Machining's fantastic. You get the little magnetic adapter that you can then tighten this up. So that's great if you're going to use it for stills. Now, I'm going to use this occasionally for stills as well. So this may be really handy if you were, say, doing star shots, you know, astro type work. I think the sensor may be really good for that. So stay tuned. I may do that as soon as I can, some astro type work. So that's the L bracket anyway for the A7S III. And then this is beautiful. SmallRIG also sent me this adapter. Now, this comes with a cable. So notice how it's got your red button at the top. This will give you your record. So this can be on top of the cage, and then you can just press this button here to get this to actually record. So this would be fantastic, and it just connects. They supply the cable for your Sony camera, and it will connect into your camera, and then you don't have to press record. So that's going to be really nice and handy as well. And because it's on rails, I can take it off or leave it on or whatever I want to do, and that'll be really nice. So this is great as well. Like I said, I'll review this once I review the cage that I've got too. So that's fantastic as well. That's just a little rail that it attaches onto, so that's what that is. As you know, I use the Ninja. The good part is for this, I'll be able to shoot using RAW, so I will be able to sort of experiment and do some RAW shooting. At the moment, I'm just using the Atom. It's the Atom X battery. It's a 500 gigabyte though, so it may not be enough. So I did get the 1 terabyte drive, and I've got the casing coming today for that. So if I need to, I can say if I fill this up with shooting RAW, then I can jump over and say swap this in. I've bought a few caddies. They're only a few dollars, the caddies, but I'm waiting on the caddies to still come. So if I did fill this up, I can use that, but I just wanted that to be ready. The other thing too was I did get a Sony battery, which is this one. Let me just see if I can hide my face. I've got some cheaper ones, but I found that the charge doesn't last very long. So I wanted to get one that was a decent capacity one to give me that. The other thing that I did get too was the Atom Flex, the HDMI cable. Now you need the full HDMI cable because one of the things that I'm most excited about with this is that it takes full HDMI. So you do have to get a new cable for that. So I did get that cable as well. So I'm ready to go to use that too, because I do like using those monitors. And in fact, the great thing is with this handle is that you can have the monitor at the front here, or you can have it at the front on this part as well. So there's multiple ways that you can attach that monitor to this handle if it is sitting on the cage. And then you've still got the access to press record through that too. So, you know, that's fantastic as well. And the monitor would sit right on the front there. Or I think you can even, these come with, I've got the SmallRIG adapter at the front that I could use a rail system and attach it from the front so that it would sit sort of on the front here. Let me just, it'll sit like basically that. At the front. So that would be quite nice too. I'll have to work out the best way that this will sort of work. Because mostly now that I've got this, obviously I'll be using this nearly for all the videos that I do. I won't be using the A9 or the A7 III much now. I'll be mostly using this. And I can't wait to try it with stills. I did put a video up to show how good 12 megapixel actually was. So I may use it for that too. Remember, most of the work now is I just share on social media. A lot of it now is done for that, and this is going to be ample for that type of work. You know, but I think that's all. Was that all? Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's about all. So let me come to the chat because I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about what I've got. Like I said, I'll go through it and do a full review on this, and I might even do a video of how I've set it up. I usually do that when I get a new camera, so I'll sort of show how all that works. But first impressions, it feels lovely. I love the fact that, you know, you can fold it out. I have ordered a screen protector. That should be coming in the next day or so. A glass one. So I've got that coming in the next day or so. And let me just see what people are saying anyway. Let me go over to here. So at least I'll be able to give you some reviews anyway, like of the SmallRIG cage gear, stuff that's coming up, things like that. Aaron said he'll be live unboxing his two A7C cameras as well. He reckons he's buying one of each colour. I love it. Michael said, I just unlocked RAW on the Ninja 5. Yeah, I did the update just the other day, even though I didn't have the camera, so I should be ready to go. So I'll be dying to try that out. Sean said, I'm starting a podcast. Oh, that's talking about something else, about comedians or something. Carl said, yes, David got his new toy. Yes, I did. It's how exciting is it? I'm like a kid in a candy shop. I can't wait to see some of the comments for people. Like I've got 2 thumbs down. That was probably my dancing at the beginning. Burst open the champagne, Hero said. Yeah, here I am drinking water. Aaron said, don't fall. Brett said, see, I told you he'd order it. Laugh out loud. Carol said, ooh. You got a comfy couch to sleep on after that purchase? No, luckily it hasn't cost me anything, so I'm not going to be in trouble with Kerry. I have told her. But like I said, if I had to put it on the credit card, I would have been in all sorts of strife. I was lucky that I had a friend that wanted the A7 III and some other bits and pieces, so it didn't cost me anything. Well, not money. I mean, I did a direct swap, in other words, basically. Don't bust the hip. Everyone's laughing about the dance. Michael said your wife is going to get mad. I love it. Greg said hilarious. Hero said that was the greatest thing I've ever seen. Rye said I missed the pre-order. I had to sell my A7 III first. Yep, it's totally. Like I said, I was lucky that someone wanted my A7 III, so I didn't even have to advertise it. So I was very lucky. I believe now, here in Australia, that you've got to wait now till mid-November. So it's around a 6-week wait. I'll just check, because let me just see if I can find it. See if it's still saying that, because it'll give you a guide on the timeline. Let me just see what they're showing. I'm just seeing when they're saying, yep, they're saying expected stock date is Sunday, November the 15th. So we're looking now, roughly, and you'd say this is probably going to be similar from around the world if you've missed the original pre-orders. I'm not saying if you're pre-ordering now, that is the time it would wait. If you're already in a pre-order, it's not going to take that long. But if you are pre-ordering now, it looks like you're going to be waiting around about 6 weeks. So that gives you an idea about the time. Brad said, one thing I'm pleasantly surprised by is the battery wall charger is included. Yeah, I know. I hate it when they don't include those. It's a pain. Oh, everyone's just laughing about my dance. Wait, hold up. I thought David wasn't buying any more gear this year. Well, I wasn't going to. But like I said, I did it. Basically, the money that I got from selling the gear, I could just pay for it. So it didn't cost me anything. Phil said, How ordered mine more than a month ago. Hopefully then, Phil, it'll be coming fairly soon. Maradona said, oh my God, mate. Michael said, David Travolta. Oh, everyone's still laughing about my dance. David got the strap. Michael said, best mirrorless video camera in the game. Yep. It certainly seems to be amazing from all the reviews I've seen, Michael. It really does. Aaron said, wait, this is not the a7siii. Well, then I'm leaving. Bye. Carol said, I like watching a kid opening gifts on Christmas morning. I'm excited for you. I know, I'm that excited. I can't wait now to turn it on and start playing with it. And the camera. No, I'm just joking. Brett said, rub it in. Mark said, will the cards work? I certainly hope so, Mark. Well, Michael said they do. It was apparently some other problem. No, it wasn't a problem, actually. It was just that you had to do, the settings had to be changed a certain way to get the S and Q modes working. And I'll have to look at that now that I've got the camera. I couldn't look at it, but yeah, I believe the cards are fine. Where's the battery? Well, I've found that now, so I'm all right. You won't be seeing that box for years, David. I know. I don't think I will be either, Michael. Aaron said he will sell this. How will he sell this for the a7siii? Jason said, this is something, BS. Why is it that the 28th now and BH still has not shipped mine? I'm sorry, Jason. Hopefully it'll be coming soon. Michael said, take a deep breath now, relax. I know, I'm that excited, Michael. But you know what? I'm like a kid in a candy shop with this sort of stuff. So sorry if I'm too high. I can't help it. I've always been the same. I always have been. Mark said, congrats, mate. 12 megapixel is enough after all. Hee hee. Brad said, cage will help make the grip slightly bigger for folks. Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what it's like with the cage on. I might have a look at that today. Like I said, I will review it with the cage on and let you know. And I'll give a totally impartial review, even though SmallRIG send me that stuff. If I didn't like it, I'll be honest. But I've never not liked anything that SmallRIG have given, because I think the price-wise, they're amazing. I think it's only around $30 odd or something, that cage. Like, it's ridiculous. For how good the stuff is for the price that they are. I'll have to look at the full pricing again. Like I said, though, that was sent to me, so I didn't have to buy that. Michael said, I do like the look of the a7siii. So do I. I think that it looks beautiful, especially the two-tone one. The camera's just not for me, though, but it does look beautiful. Do that, Jared, sniffing again. Hang on, here we go. I'll do it, see, ASMR. You ready? Those are, David, the best. I'm not sure what that was, but it might have been the cards. Hope your cards aren't affected by the issues. Well, apparently there wasn't any issues with the CF Express cards, though, from what I've been told. Andrew said, anyone else waiting for that SmallRIG box to fall off the table? Oh, from before, yeah. Well, let me push that further up so it doesn't fall off. Oh, I'll put it here so that you can see it. Woohoo! Brad said, I thought David mentioned in previous stream there were issues. Yeah, there were, but I believe it was with the other Sony cards, Brad. It wasn't with the CF Express A type cards. Michael originally told me there was some issues, but it wasn't. It was actually the settings have to be done correct to do S&Q and other modes to get your maximum bit rates. So it's not the cards were at fault. It was actually a bit of misinformation that was out there. So it looks like the cards are okay. The tilter rig, yeah, that does look really nice, Michael, but way more expensive. But yes, it does look really nice. Ricky said, I'm going to sell all my Nikon digital SLR lenses to get that one. Laugh out loud. Daniel said, imagine how good the next camera will be once Sony unlock the quad Bayer sensor to 48 megapixel. Maybe the a7 IV. Could be that one. I love it. Kerry is behind you with a rolling pin. She doesn't hate me because I didn't have to pay any money for it, so she's fine. Jason's here as well. Michael said, no, she's not at work. Her name is Ricky on here. She's watching. Oh, I love it. Mark said, laugh out loud, just the extras will get Kerry revved up. Well, I didn't pay for most of them, Mark, so most of them are free, so... Oh, David kitted out. Yep, I'm all ready to go. I'll have stacks of stuff that I can play around with. The sad thing is, though, I've just been away to an amazing location, and I ended up filming it on my iPhone, actually, just to show people how good the iPhone video is. But I would love to have had this with me for the last weekend. I've just come back late last night. I would have loved to have had this for the weekend. It would have been incredible to review it where I was. Michael said, I was out recording all day, no issues, 4K 120 Intra. It's running great. Thanks for saying that. Mark said, the weight of all that gear will get you on your knees at weddings. I'm used to lugging around a lot of gear now, Mark. And I usually have someone anyway. I employ someone or whatever to lug the gear around for me. Kerry and myself usually just shoot, and then we have a third person to carry the gear. What else? Raymond said, I was considering the SmallRIG cage until I saw a teaser of the upcoming tilter, which looks awesome. Yeah, it does look really good, that cage. I have to admit it looks really good, but I'm just going to stick with a SmallRIG. It doesn't cost me anything, and they always seem to get the job done. Max said, congrats, mate. Thank you. Raymond said, loving being part of the video and photography forum and having my first photo post from the Sony a7S III and the 135 GM. First time use. What a lens. Oh, that lens is incredible. I adore that lens. I can't wait to try this, though, with the 24 GM. That's one lens that I'm really excited about trying it with. And I'm also excited about trying the Catalyst software as well. Like, I'm really looking forward to doing that. I mean, I can't show you, but I used the ZV-1 while I was away on the weekend, and the stabilization is really quite good on that with the active stabilization. Michael said, you're going to love the menu system. It's great once you get used to it. Yeah, it's going to be completely different. So that is probably going to take me a little bit of time to get used to, Michael. But like anything, I love new things. I always have. So I'm really excited about learning it. I like to just keep my brain active, and having something like that is totally different and gives me something to play with is quite exciting. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Reginald said, I want the rumoured A9X, but they will probably leave out the S-Log. Who knows? I mean, they did with the A9. Brad said, okay, the tilter cage concept is very interesting. We'll have to see how it compares versus SmallRIG cage eventually. It does. It looks really good. Like I said, I'll review the SmallRIG one and I'll show you about it on the camera with those little extras like the hand grip, etc., or the top grip. A swap is awesome. Yeah, fantastic. Like I said, it didn't cost me anything. When I say swap, I mean I gave him some gear, he gave me the money, and then that gave me the money to buy the camera outright. So it didn't cost me anything, which was really good. And I didn't have to advertise, which was even better. Raymond said, I would be interested to know which screen protector you picked. I just got one off Amazon. I'll have to see if I can find it, but it was around about $20. So I'll let you know once I get it, how it looks and how it feels. Let's hear the first shutter click. I'll have to get a lens. Hang on. What do I do with the battery? It's here. It's probably going to be dead flat. I'll have to go into the house to get a battery. Let me just check the door. Yeah, see, the battery door too looks much nicer as well. It has lost, and that's the only downside. I suppose they've probably done that for weather sealing, but it has lost the little notch. And I use that all the time because I do use dummy batteries. So if you do use a dummy battery now, you'd have to take the door off if it comes off. I'm not even sure it comes off. Or you'd have to leave this open. That's the only one downside about it. But I suppose it does help with waterproofing. So that's another thing there as well. Let me just take this off. I always hold them down. I'm just so used to doing that. It stops dust getting into the sensor. I'll have to register it with Sony Pro support now, though. I must do that. All right, so let's see. You ready? It's probably going to be dead flat. I think it is. Hey, let's hope it is dead flat. Let me get another battery. Imagine if I turned it on and it didn't work. Hang on. That'd be terrible. Oh my God. Oh. Oh, let me just set there so it's come up with the menu at the back. I suppose I can touch it. Oh, no, it's not that. It's cheese. Let me just fix the time. Hang on. Here we go. Melbourne time. And how do I set the time now? Oh, God. Well, let me just fix this. I might have to do this later. Day, month, year. Oh, hang on. Here we go. What date is it? It is the 28th. Oh. 9th. 28th. I could just use the touch screen, but I'll have to get used to that now. It is the 28th, isn't it? Yeah. 28th, and the time is 2020, and the time is... What is the time? 12:06. 12:06. Now, it does have the scroll, so you can just choose on there and just put it in, so you could do it that way. And let me just go OK. And OK. It's preparing the data image base for those the cards that are in there. Still going. Well, obviously, I'd have to prepare both. And now it's done. All right, so it's on. Let me put it on to manual. All right, you ready? Ooh. Ooh. Nice. There you go. You heard it. It's on mechanical too, so it's not on electronic. The menus look beautiful. I mean, they do look quite beautiful if you look at them. I'll have to look at how to set them. But, you know, if you're looking here, and then it's obviously all touchscreen. But like I said, I will review this and show it all. But you've heard the first shutter. It sounds really nice. It was nice and quiet too. That other one must need charging. I was going, oh no. So there you go. What else? Someone was saying dirty mind. That was probably what I said from before. Let me just come back. Axman said, just waited 2 to 3 weeks when the new iPhone comes out. Yep, so it will be out in, I think, the middle of next month it's meant to be coming out, isn't it? Okay, is it just a settings change for the A-type cards? That's good to hear. Yeah, it was. It was just a settings change. So the cards apparently are fine. David, the dynamic range in the A7S III is like the dynamic range in stills on the A7R III. I know, I can't wait to try that, Michael. So excited to see how that is. Scott said, hello everyone, nice new toy. David, yep. Jim said, hi everyone, I'm busy documenting the side story. Harry said, hey mate, what are your thoughts on Fuji? I love Fuji cameras, Harry. They're amazing. Ripe said, I would love to find out the buffer delay from shooting video and then going to take photos right after in a hybrid situation. Yeah, that'll be interesting. I'll have to look at that. Brad said, I will say that if you've got an A7S III or one on the way, SmallRIG cage is the best bet for now. Cheap and great quality. And that's it. They are. They're shipping now. And they are amazingly cheap for the quality you get. I don't know how SmallRIG do it. They're amazing. And like I said, I've got multiple handles that I can attach and things like that. So I'll rig it up and I'll do a review for you. The Condor Blue A7S III Ultimate rig looks amazing. Well thought out, was clearly designed by filmmakers. And see, for me, I can understand, I suppose, if you're a filmmaker solely, that you might want to, say, get cages that have other options and things like that. But for me, I'm just happy to keep it simple, have it work. But you know, that's me. But I have seen those other cages and they look beautiful. Tilta products are nice, but they are often hard to get hold of and often out of stock. They seem to only manufacture enough stock to meet demand. Shutter's saying, congrats on the new camera. Aaron said dead on arrival. I know, that would have been terrible. Oh, the door does come off. Thanks, Michael. Well, that's handy to know. So I can take the door off and then stick in a dummy battery, because I do use that. Because I have this. Just stay there and I'll show you. Because, see, I have this. This is from Soonwell. And it comes with your Z-mount dummy battery. This is why I'm saying I'd like that to happen. So if I am shooting for an awful long time, I can have this. Now, this would run the camera all day. And also you can run your monitors as well. So I could run, say, the Ninja V or something like that off this as well. And this is great. And it just screws into the side onto your cage. So this is a great way of getting, you know, you're making it last an awful long time with your recording. Like I said, this will keep the A7 III running for a whole day of footage without having to change. And it's a handle as well. So if you've got this connected to the cage, you can use this as the handle and then be sort of holding your camera from the side. So it's a handle as well as having a great battery in it. And it's all D-tap, so it's great. That's why I like to be able to sort of take the bottom of the door off and have that ability to run that through it, so it works great. My battery was dead flat too. Yeah, that's interesting. I've never had them that they're dead flat like that. That'd kill me. If you only had the one battery and you had to wait for it to charge up, that would absolutely kill me. I have heard that the batteries drain a little bit faster in the A7S III due to the fact of the power the camera's using. So whereas before you may have only used one battery, you now might have to have two. I've heard that a number of cases. Have you found it, Michael? Have you found that the batteries do drain a little bit quicker? I'd love to know your opinion on that. Raymond said the battery supplied and my other two extras were all uncharged. Must be an FAA. Oh, it might be the FAA rules, perhaps. The battery door has a tiny slider on the hinge if it's anything like the A7R III. Okay, I'll have to... Not that good a design, really. I'll have to have a look at it. Mark said, boy in a candy store. I know I am. We can't see the screen. Oh, I probably was on the wrong thing. Let me come back to here. Let me turn it on. So you can sort of see the menu system through here. And it looks, oh yeah, it's quite quick. I was surprised. I thought there might be a little bit of delay there, but that looks like it's smooth. It's very, very fast. Really looks nice. I should look through the viewfinder. You know what? Because I haven't even looked through the viewfinder yet. Let me check. Hang on. Oh. Deary, deary me. That looks amazing. The viewfinder looks incredible. I just showed that dummy battery that I use. Yeah, so I use that. That's the dummy one. And that is, like I said, that's a Soonwell one. And that's great. That works fantastic. There's probably others out there, but I love this because if I am going to shoot for a long time, I can, like I said, charge this up and it will last hours and hours and hours. So it's really good. Yes, you can run it from USB power as well, Carl. That's correct. I sort of like this though because I don't sort of have to have batteries attached and stuff like that. Like this becomes a handle. These aren't cheap though. These are around about 360, I think, United States dollars. I have reviewed this, so if you look it up, you'll find where I've reviewed it. But it works great, and it's all D-tap, so it's all high-ended stuff. But that works great. The only thing I have found, though, is that you have to keep this constantly charged. It doesn't hold charge, which is bizarre, because if you leave it, say, for a couple of weeks, and then you go to use it again, the battery's completely dead. So you do have to be conscious about this to charge it up before you need it. But once it charges up, it will last hours, and it's fantastic. What else have we got? Michael said, I still forget to use the touchscreen at times. Yeah, I know. Great to have feature, much faster. Nice click. Yeah, it sounds nice, the shutter click on that, actually. Fischel said, mine should arrive tomorrow, so excited. Any idea which SD cards will be the go for 4K 120? I think you can do the 120 on your standard V90 cards as long as you get the good V90 cards. But if you want to get the high bit depth, ones like if you're using S&Q for the real high bit depths, you need the Sony CFast Express. I just bought those anyway, so I didn't have to worry. And then I don't have to worry about that aspect at all. Or you could obviously, I know you can't get 4K 120 to the Ninja, it'll only do 4K 60 RAW, I think. Sony A9 just fell out of favour. Not for stills though, but it will for video, yep. That thing still looks like it would power my house for a week. Yeah, it's amazing, Michael. If you need power for a while, it's terrific. And like I said, it's also a handle for the camera. But you've got to carry around the weight. That's the thing you have to sort of justify. I've got multiple batteries. So a lot of the time I will just replace the batteries. But if I did want to run for a long period of time, I would put that on, so I didn't have to worry about, say, running multiple batteries. Or if you're running monitors and things like that, you can charge everything. So you could charge the camera and the monitor from that battery pack that I just showed you, which is quite good. And you can charge, yes, through USB power, so I could do that too. The new 4-channel audio support is awesome with the Sony XLR K3M. However, when output over HDMI, it only allows 2 channels. Oh, okay. Can't wait for my pre-order and spend hours on setting it up. I know that's what I love too. I love spending the time setting it up, and I'll be doing that for the rest of the day. Brad said, Carl Ryan and David Oastler, yes, the A7S3 supports PD charging as long as you have a higher end power delivery rated charger. It'll be really nice for continuous use. Will said, I just bought a new A6100 for my teenage daughter. When I opened it, I thought it was dead on arrival, but the battery was dead. I know, I nearly, that freaked me out when I did that. I thought, oh no, don't tell me that. That'd be devastating. Michael said, yes, the battery isn't lasting as long, but not too bad. It's fine. I have everything turned on high, so maybe if I turn things down to low, I'm sure it would last longer. I don't really care though, Michael, as long as these aren't hard to carry around. Just put it, a couple in your pocket. They're still great batteries, these. I always take extra batteries with me anyway, so I'm not fussed. Willie said, I just bought... Oh, I read that one. I've shot 16-bit linear RAW. I can't wait to try that just for fun. On the Ninja V at 12-bit ProRes RAW HQ. So far, all my SSDs are keeping up with the write speed. So it's the same drive as that. Thank you for telling me that. I'm sure the Atom X will be fine, but I'm glad you've told me that that works as well. These aren't expensive either. These are quite cheap. I mean, I probably should have bought the 2 GB one, but... Oh, well. I mean, I'll see how it goes. I probably may never need more than what I've got with the Atom X one that's on there, with that on. And then also I can run that as a second one. It'll just be sticking out a little bit. I didn't want to buy a larger capacity Atom X because they're very expensive compared to running just the Western Digital Blues. So, like I said, I've just got to wait for the caddies. I think they're at the post office now. Were you happy with the quality though, the 16-bit RAW footage? How was it? Was it hard to edit or was it okay on the computer you've got? Look forward to seeing your work using some of this amazing new cameras. Yeah, I can't wait. Raymond said, I have to figure this one out, but the eye detect that turns off the screen and the viewfinder is very sensitive. Oh, okay. My gimbal keeps triggering it, and so the screen goes off when you do not want it. If you're using a gimbal though, can't you just put the screen out and disable the EVF? Wouldn't that be a way of getting around it? Not sure. I have to look at that myself, Raymond, to see how I'll go. The idea is, though, that what I want to do is to have this on the gimbal with the screen out. That would be the go. But I have heard... Let me just check this. Oh, that didn't flip. Is it when it's facing forward, it flips it? Let me check this. Yeah, that's the only thing. Sony have to fix that. If you fold the screen, if you're doing a selfie like this with the screen, if you flip it, it turns upside down. They really need to do something in firmware to stop that happening because that's useless if you're facing it forward. It doesn't do it when you're doing it facing the other way, but if you're having it facing forward, it does flip like that and it shouldn't do that. You should be able to disable that. So I'm hoping if Sony is listening, they change that aspect. It's fine from the front though. So if you are using it as, a camera which will be looking down and stuff, that looks great sort of using it this way. But if you're facing it frontwards, it does do that flip. They need to give you some way of turning that off. The controls feel beautiful though, just from feeling it like that though. I read that one, didn't I? Brad said, I think means the A9 is out of favour due to the... yeah, the A9's still going to be my favourite stills camera though, and I still love it for video. But, I mean, I'll be using that now mostly for video. Is this the correct name of the SD card you mentioned? Sony... I don't know, I'll just have a look. Hang on. I think it was the Sony Tough cards that they were having issues with. Let me just go new window. Yeah, it was that one, I believe, was having issues. Yeah, let me just come over here. I believe it was some of these that were having issues. These Sony Tough cards were some that were having problems. With them. I think there was a recall or something that came out, so I'm not sure which one it is, but I think that was one that was having issues. Just create a memory for when the gimbal memory. Okay, use a memory key to disable the EVF. Yep. My A7R4 came with a dead battery as well. Also, the spare was dead. Raymond said, Philip Bloom did something interesting, spent hours setting up his camera and then shared the save files to his viewers so you can load his settings if you want. Thought I would probably prefer the DO edit. Yeah, whatever I save, Raymond, I'll upload it. I'll let you know whenever I work that out, how I've done it, and I'll save it and share it with you all if you did want to use it. The viewfinder has the sensitivity. The viewfinder, when I look through then, looks amazing. It's gorgeous. And that won't be set probably high either. I can't wait to have a look at that. Hank said the raw footage was amazing. Lots of room to push it. And it ran fine with my laptop. Alienware you need to install ProRes RAW drivers for your Windows. I've got a Mac, so that'll work as it is. But I'm dying to try it out. Because like I said, I use the Ninja all the time because I love, particularly when I'm doing dance videos and things like that, I like to see it on the biggest screen. And I love how it just shoots ProRes directly, and then you can edit that straight away without doing any transcoding. So that's one great feature about using the Ninjas, and I love it. So I will still be using that. Even though it's a little bit more to lug around, I still love doing it. And the screen, look, you've got to admit, guys, even on this camera, the screen on the back, they're not very good compared to, say, when you're using Canon. If you want to, say, get really beautiful screens, if you're using something like the Ninja, you get such a stunning look. I mean, sometimes if I want to travel light, I'll just use the screen that's in the camera. But if I'm doing paid filming, I usually like to use something like this. And I just find it's just beautiful to use. But it's another cost. I've had that for a while, but I love the Ninja Vs. Raymond said, good idea, Hanks. Yeah, talking about saving those presets, I think. Visual said, thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it. I have confirmed that the Sony a7S III can be charged faster than it can use the battery. Oh, okay. That's good to know. I've used the FX Lion Nano Twin, which has PD USB-C, and run my Ninja V off the DTAP. Oh, cool. Michael said, I'm with you, David. Have lots of batteries, so I'm fine. I'm thinking 4 to 6 batteries max. Yep. Well, I think I've got around about 7 or 8. So I'm certainly going to have a lot of batteries for when I need them. Remember, I've got multiple cameras due to the fact that I use weddings. When I first bought my a7 III, I bought multiple batteries. I bought 4 because I thought I was going to be sort of similar to the a7 II that I had, and it was nothing like it. The battery was so much better. But so I bought a whole stack then. I'm glad I did because I've got them if ever I need them. And now that I've got multiple cameras, I'm set for batteries. So I'm happy about that. Brad said, this takes a while to work out. It'll be interesting to see how you and others color grade the new a7S III. Well, I use the Leeming LUTs, Brad. So I've got to test it. But if it works the same way as using the a7 III, Leeming LUTs set everything up for you, and there's very minimal editing. So I'll probably be trying that first to see how it works. I haven't even looked at that yet, but that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it works exactly the same way as the other Sony cameras, and Leeming LUTs will be the way to go. But, you know, I'm going to test it, and I may still just shoot standard profile. I mean, I think, wasn't that what... Brendan Lee did, or Lie, however you pronounce his name, did, and his standard footage looked gorgeous. So if the standard works and it's really, really usable, it might be that I use standard a lot. But I will have to research S-Log3 as well, and even HLG, because I want to see how that works for really getting the best dynamic range out of it. But I'll use the Leeming LUTs to see first, and that might solve everything, and then there's not much editing at all. Brad said the new colour science may make it so folks fully upgrade their cameras going forward to match up with the new colour science. Hangs for Fun said, bad news, those Sony G memory cards, the ones just before the TUF are not registering as VIP, even though they have the right speed. Yeah, they've got to be the V series camera cards, so the previous ones won't work. They have to be V30, 60 or 90 to register. It's written into the firmware, so unless you have that, it won't work. So that is something that you do have to consider if you're thinking about buying cards. They have to be V-rated cameras. Even though they'll say they have the right speed, you have to have that in the firmware of the cards. Do you overexpose S-Log? Yes, you do. Leeming LUTs tell you to set your zebras at 100 plus, and just basically bring those the zebras back down, or the zebras back down until they just disappear. It ends up being about 1.5 stops over. So you do have to expose over a little bit, yes. But I'll have to test that. Like I said, I don't know about the A7S3, but I still think you would have to expose to the right. Michael said, if I had to look for something bad, I wish the screen was bigger. Yep, it's a typical Sony screens, though. I really think they should learn what Canon and Nikon have done, Michael. The Canon and Nikon screens are way better than what Sony are offering, way better. Brad said, okay, yes, I would hope that Leeming LUTs will work out as well. That'll be able to match up between the A7S3 and the older cameras. Yeah, that's the great thing about using that Leeming LUTs. Everything should match up, which is great. And I've found they're brilliant, and they're not expensive at all. I can't remember what I paid, but you buy your camera brand, and he does so much testing, and then he gives you a whole list of guides that tell you how to set the camera up. I'm sure shortly there'll be a new list out for the A7S3 as well, but I think the A7S3 will probably still be compatible. Michael said 2 stops over. Yep. Hang for Fun said, just spoke to Paul today. Oh, cool, from Leeming. And so far, it's looking like Alpha LUTs work with the A7S3, but he's still confirming, yep. Paul is very, very switched on. So there's a Facebook group that you can go to as well, and everything's sort of updated there. And as soon as he works it out, he will post. But he also gives you free updates. So if you bought the older version, you get the free updates. It's fantastic. And the new one's just called Leeming LUTs Pro. And they are wonderful if you're doing S-Log 3 type work. It's just such a great workflow. At least they can clip now, laugh out loud. Well, there we go, guys. Look, I'm so excited. I just wanted to share that all with you. I know some people hate unboxing videos, but I wanted to show you, you know, like with me, I get excited, and I hope you appreciate me going through some initial stuff with you, showing you the other extras that I've got too, like the SmallRIG stuff that I've got now as well that I'll review, put up as a separate review and show you how it looks and works. I'll do that in the coming days, so you can have a look. I mean, today I'm just going to be basically playing around with the menus and just having a look at how the camera works. So I'll be doing that as well. So that's about all, guys. I'm going to go because I'm going to go and play with this thing. Please, if you can, give me a thumbs up. Love that if you could. Hank said $30. There you go for the Sony Alpha, or $20 for the per gamma for Leeming LUTs as well. Yeah, they're great. Great things. Like I said, I thoroughly recommend the Leeming LUTs. It is so good, and they're great. Apart from that, everyone, I'll see you all. Oh, thank you, 95. Thank you so much for the donation. Michael just said cleanest ISO in S-Log 3 is 640. Oh, thanks for that. And 12800. Yeah, that's just because it does have that dual gain ISO, apparently, Michael. So I'll have to look at that and make sure I remember that if I'm anywhere near, you're better off to jump up to 12800 in your ISO. So I must look at that. HLG, you're saying 100 and 2000. Oh, thanks, Michael. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks so much, everyone. Apart from that, I'll see you all. I'll probably see you now Tuesday lives anyway. I might have another video to post tomorrow. I've got another switcher I'm going to review. I'll see you all with Aaron on Tuesday USA time. It'll be Wednesday our time as well. So any questions, leave it down below. And Matthew, thank you so much. Boy, just got a massive donation to that. Thank you, 95, and also Matthew. Really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, leave those down below, and I will try and look at it when I start to review how my settings are and everything. But it might take me a week or so to work out how to set this up to the way I like, but then I will share it all with you, and I'll upload that so you can also download that to your cameras if you'd like a sort of similar setup to what I'm using. That's the beauty of this. You can bring a setup sort of in there as well. Thank you so much, Michael. He's saying congratulations. Thank you so much, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now, guys.